Alright, so we're about to watch Batman the Animated Series, episode 1 of the series we're gonna watch. The first is going to be on Leather Wings. So we downloaded these on an online source. So they are not in the correct order. So because Leather Wings, I believe on the DVD was the first episode. So when I was in the States. So here we are going to watch the first episode, which they labeled as the second, on Leather Wings. Here we go. So I've seen this about several times. I'm not gonna give you an exact number. So this is where Batman fires up the Batmobile. He gets in there. It's the opening sequence. They've cleaned up his face from the original '90s show. There used to be more detail, but it's cleaned up to look more smooth and aerodynamic. And we're gonna start the show. Hold on. We're gonna start the show with the recording because I forgot to start the recording. So our video is going to be restarted right now. Only a few seconds. And then there's the explosion. The gangsters are running from the house, running from the bank, and Batman gets out of his house from the Batmobile to catch them. And there's the police chasing. Police chase. Batman gets on the rooftop to catch the bad guys. And he descends and he throws the Batarang. God, those Batarangs, I mean, like, they were originally never used for offensive for purposes, not even defensive. They were used to get things out of his way so he can shoot and kill people with his guns. Bad guys, so he can shoot bad guys with his guns. Because in the original Batman, he did use guns. He did kill, but then they got rid of his lethal force because they thought, a lot of people complaining it's too dark, it's too twisted, and they didn't want a hero killing his bad guy, so they changed. But they, not really, but they did change it. But they didn't keep it that way for a long time. They just said that they did, and then really until the 1950s or 60s when they fully
This is Gotham Air 1 reporting in. Things are actually quiet for once. You see that? What? I don't know. He just ghosted across my screen. I don't see anything.
That's Kevin Conroy doing the voice of the air traffic controller on the blimp, as well as Batman. And the man flying is Man-Bat, Kirk Langstrom, who takes that serum. Oh, spoiler.
Sorry, kid. There's nothing up here. I swear I saw it. Something was flying around up here.
Okay, so this is the Kirk Langstrom who they mistake for Batman, which is really the Man-Bat. And God, they did a good job. I mean, they did a good job. I think it was a Korean and Japanese team that did the animation. They wanted to make it like a Disney animation, like really good level polish. It's what Paul Dini and Alan Burnett wanted to see. Kevin Conroy and Bruce Timm. And Dwayne Capizzi, who was the other guy. The other guy, Kevin Montieri was the other one. And they had good actors, good directors. This was the 90s Batman cartoon was still the best. It was peak Batman. I mean, it's still, in my opinion, not the best version of Batman, but I mean, it had such level of complexity, storytelling, writing. Everything was so top tier. My only complaint is Batman didn't use lethal force, and there was a little bit too much humor here and there. They didn't really show anybody kill, not even the Joker, even though his murders were listed on papers and things like that. His actual crimes were not really shown. Like if lethal crimes were just talked about really until the Mask of the Phantasm, where he actually kills the Salvatore the Weezer of Alestra.
What kind of him? I want my own tactical squad for the sole purpose of throwing a net over this Batman. Prisoner, I've already denied the request. Nobody's taking a vigilante force onto my streets. Your Honor, any nut...
Yeah, because Batman actually does his job, and...
Not Batman, Demo. Oh yeah? Tell that to the guy who just forced through the window. I think we could spare a few men, Commissioner. Detective Bullock does have a reputation for getting results. I'm authorizing the strike force. Anything else to take? Just make sure the DA's office can give me an airtight case, sir. If you catch him, Harvey, I'll put him in jail for you.
Harvey Bullock and Harvey Dent. The two Harveys, and then there's Bruce Wayne, Alfred Pennyworth.
War on Batman. I gather you've been meeting how to make friends.
This first one was not Ephraim Zimbalist Jr., but what's his name? Clive Revel, the first Alfred in the animated series. But they didn't like him because he sounded too much like Michael Goffin. He sounded a bit too cold, so they changed him with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. And Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. was American, but he was able to provide an authentically sounding English accent.
You mean it wasn't you tossing guards out of windows last night? I only toss butlers, Alfred. Look here, there were 2 very quiet burglaries at other pharmaceutical companies this week. Nobody hurt like last night. But chemicals stolen just the same. And you suspect the pattern. Only one way to find out.
Kevin Conroy is gay, by the way. I never knew that. I figured that out recently.
Yes, Alfred.
But Michael Keaton is not gay. I mean, I had no idea. I was watching this show, like, since the 90s, all the way up until, like, 2025. It took me until very recently to find out Kevin Conroy was gay. I had no idea. I just always thought he was straight. There's no way to find out that that guy was a homo. Sad too. Sad too. A guy like that, he should have found a wife. And he was very talented, very smart too. And I don't think he died from cancer or a heart attack. I think it was AIDS. I think it was AIDS. Because they always end up that way. The gays. And there's drugs that the gays can take now, so they don't get the AIDS, but they usually end up getting AIDS anyway, and so the AIDS don't kill them. They take more drugs. I don't know. They use the gas pellet to knock out these guards. The Mexican guard knocked out first, or the Asian one. Couldn't tell if it was Asian or Mexican.
I want my squad there, backed by choppers and as many officers as you can get.
Man, the acting is so top notch, and the beautiful visuals, man. And it's like it's a gloomy city, but the animation is so crisp. That's when the 90s were a shit time, but at least they had Batman the Animated Series, and not just Batman the Animated Series. In the early 2000s, you had Nero Wolf. You had great detective shows in that time. You had Batman, you had Nero Wolf, you had the Sherlock Holmes in the 2000s and the 90s, early days. Even though America was shit that time, like I was in a shitty America. Like America was not a nice place. It wasn't the best place. I mean, when I was in America, 90s, and all the way up to my whole life in 2023. Then I moved here in Bulgaria. Everything is better here. Still better. I mean, look, Trump made America better, but just by marginally. It's not real much difference. I mean, on day-to-day life, other than money, groceries, you're still gonna get mugged if you go downtown, like the song in Hank Williams. Still gonna get mugged. You're still gonna. In Bulgaria, I go here in the middle of the night. Nobody mugs me. Nobody steals from me. There's no crime.
I want it by any means necessary.
Okay, so now back to the Batman. So Batman fights this dude. Blah 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 blah. No, he doesn't. He runs away. The police. The police are. He's looking.
Just in time to see us hang this bat upside down.
Okay, so what's happening is the police is going after Batman. Batman punched one, ran away, and he doesn't want to fight the police. The police are not enemies. They're trying to find what's going on, and Batman's kicking the ass of these cops, but he's mostly running away because he doesn't want to fight the police. Because the police are wasting their forces fighting a good dude, a good guy that looks like a bad dude. Oh, but he's I'm just saying stupid shit in my head. Anyway, no, he's just fighting. Anyway, so he's just wasting. They're wasting their resources, and Batman's not fighting them. He's just kind of punching whoever's like gets in his way, but tries to hide and use stealth and fights whoever he has to. He just stays out the way and runs away, because he just doesn't want to waste time with them. And then this happens.
You sure he's in there? The chopper pilots just spotted him on the 4th floor. Well, he can't be 2 places at once. Another pharmaceutical factory was just robbed across town. You've got the wrong suspect.
See? It wasn't Batman. They just put the false blame on him. Batman put gas pellets to knock them out. Or sleeping gas or something. Knock out. Tear gas. Maybe tear gas. Maybe non-lethal tear gas. I don't know. Is tear gas lethal? I don't know. I'm not that smart. But I am exceptionally smart, but I just don't know. If tear gas just makes you tear up, it's a max. No, it probably doesn't.
Call him off, Bullet, or I will.
I don't know. Maybe there's no, I just think it just makes you tear up. Yeah, I am smart, but I'm not that smart. I'm not stupid.
The bat's gotta be in there, sir. What do you think?
Okay, so they're gonna flush him out with their tear gas.
Tear gas? We'll smoke him out. Okay, man. Ready with your masks.
I was thinking knockout gas. There's not. Oh shit! He puts the tear gas near the explosive. Shit! And he has to save this guard. I'm gonna save the guard. Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, sorry, Bullock. Your man just blew up a building. Batman saved him from your stupidity. Okay, so now he's gonna hear about the Chiroptera, the bats. Chiroptera is rib-caged flying mammals, which is bats. Bats are Chiroptera. I forgot exactly what it translates in Latin, but it's the order of Chiroptera is bats. It's not bats are not birds. They're winged mammals. They're not even rodents, like some people like to believe. They're similar, but not quite. They're winged mammals.
Hello? Anybody here? Dr. Mark?
Not rodents.
How is it?
Well, something like rodents.
Bruce Wayne, I have an appointment. I called about a
Chiroptera.
bat problem. What do you think we are? Pest control? Why, just need. Yes, come in. Why, thank you, Doctor. You donate a few million and you think you own the place. Understand I'm to analyze something for you? Yeah, Doc. See, I keep hearing squeaks in my chimney. I found these in my empty fireplace. They look like hairs. I thought maybe you could tell me if I have a bat problem. And what if they are bats, Mr. Wayne? What then? Destroy them like insects? We won't survive the next evolutionary cataclysm, but bats will. They're survivors, Mr. Wayne, not pests. You should understand that.
Dad? I hope Mr. Wayne understands you mean no disrespect.
Of course not, Miss...
Langstrom.
Well, actually, Doctor, I'm Francine Langstrom. I think you spoke with my husband on the phone?
Oh, Mr.
That's
Wayne, I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm
Langstrom. Kirk Langstrom and
I
Francine.
gave it to Dr. Mark.
I like this. This is very classic.
If it's a bad problem, we'll
Vincent Price and
Dad was lecturing
Perelman,
Mr. Wayne on the virtues
Klaus
of chiroptera.
Kinski, Max Schreck.
Chiroptera, bats. And
And Bela Lugosi. I left out Christopher Lee. I wanted to say Christopher Lee before.
I think he likes bats.
Star Dracula.
I can't
Vincent
imagine.
Price.
I brought you this too. It's a recording I made of the noise in my chimney.
That doesn't sound like any bat I've ever heard, Mr. Wayne.
The animal behavior people have a sound library. Maybe they can identify it. We'll let you know.
And it's no known species of bat because it's half man, half bat.
I didn't realize you'd taken up listening to rock and roll.
Listen to rock and
You know, I actually did check this against any musical sounds. Computer still.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Where do we go now? Okay. So I forgot what I was saying when I was watching early when we left off, but it doesn't matter.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
Okay, so Batman was saying the music doesn't sound anything like it doesn't sound any like music or music or animals. So it's half man, half bat, and that's he's trying to find out the mystery who the Batman is, the Man Bat is.
They shouldn't pose a problem. As the weather gets colder, they'll move on.
What about the sound on the tape?
It's actually two sounds, starlings and brown bats. Probably fighting over a nest in your chimney.
Appreciate the help, Doc. I'll return the favor next time you're raising funds. Bye-bye. This computer checked that fiber against every animal species known to man. I went to them because I thought they might know something we didn't. That hair wasn't a brown bat's.
And those melodic sounds.
Computer, check against combined sounds. Starlings and brown bats.
Negative. Sounds not originated by either species.
I would say, sir, that we have ourselves an incongruity.
Incongruity, Alfred? He's lying, and I'm gonna find out why.
It's got me.
And everyone thinks it's the father-in-law of Kirk Langstrom, but it's actually Kirk Langstrom that's the Man Bat because he's Kirk Langstrom. If you play the comics, it's different in the comics. So it's very different in the comics. But, I mean, it is Langstrom in the comics too, but it's different. So in the show, you will have
Who's back there?
Langstrom getting addicted to it's because his father-in-law his wife's father, so he's the husband, and his wife's father was the one that perfected this drug, and so Langstrom took it, whether it was willingly or unwillingly, I don't remember. I think it might have been either. But when he takes it, he gets addicted and he has to transform every night into the Man Bat, and he can't stop. And they're looking for a cure with his wife, I think, but they don't know, and something like
I'm
that.
looking for Dr. March. He's not.
Dr. March, that was the name of his father-in-law. I was forgetting his name because his name was March. March was his lab assistant. His lab assistant. Kirk Langstrom's lab assistant is his father-in-law in this show.
Batman.
Where is he?
Giving a lecture on human extinction and bat evolution. He's really quite brilliant.
He's misguided and a thief.
He's just a theorist. He was afraid. to
Yes,
put it
he was
himself.
afraid to
But
put
I
it.
wasn't.
So this is the Jekyll and
I
Hyde
discovered a
reference.
formula
Like,
to create a totally
and
new
hey,
species.
I just noticed they called him March, like Frederick March, the actor who played Jekyll and Hyde in the first speaking version of it with Universal Studios. Frederick March, Dr. March. I don't know if his first name is Frederick. I forgot what they said his name was. But Frederick March was the actor who played in the Jekyll and Hyde, and that's that reference. It's also But there's also references to what was it? John Barrymore version of Jekyll and Hyde. Because one of the transformations here of Kirk Langstrom looks very similar to that dome-shaped Jekyll and Hyde look. Because there's different Jekyll and Hyde movies. There's a lot of Jekyll and Hyde and classic horror symbols.
Neither man nor bat. Once I started taking it, I couldn't stop. I desperately wanted to, but it took over. Francine and Marge tried to protect me, but it was too late. The beast knew what chemicals.
And this is an
to
awesome
bring
sound
itself
effects
about.
when he transforms.
It was out of my control.
He looks scarier at mid transformation than the actual Man Bat.
The process. It's in me, Batman.
God, that transformation sequence is so frightening. And his final form looks so perfect. I mean, it looks scary for television if you let me it's not very scary. But the midway transformation was a lot scarier. And I don't like that they got a lot of the details out in this shinier version. It looks more clean, but there's less detail in the face. There was a lot more detail in the midway transformation on the VHS and the old DVD ones. They cleaned it up too much.
Something strange.
Oh, not again. I'm serious. It's right below us. Whoa!
Gotham Command, we need choppers. We've sighted the Batman.
Oh yeah, there's
Let's go! I can't do it, sir! What do you mean you can't do it? I just got word not to let you up without the commissioner! Who told you that? The commissioner! Get out, detective! The mayor may not let me fire you, but I am not taking the heat for your fiasco. This is
so
my
one
case,
of the air
Commissioner.
traffic
Then
controllers
why
in
don't
the
you go
beginning
take it up with him? I got a job to do. If you want to tag along, fine!
So this is a really good plot. See, man, like, this, they made such good movies back in, 90s, TV shows, 90s, 80s. In the past, they made better movies and shows. I don't know, it was the quality. It's not like nostalgia. It's like, that's what all the sort of new age people say. The modern day people, the Zoomer types, the Boomer types, they all say, oh, it's all nostalgia. It's not nostalgia. They just made better things in the past. I mean, they're the higher level of quality. Yes, the graphics might not be the best. No, they might not have, the biggest budgets, but they do have better quality, better writing, better storytelling, better camera work, better everything. Less shit and more quality. More quality, more, like, I don't know, it's like movies from the past, shows from the past aren't full of shit. I don't want to watch a new movie ever, really. They've soured it so much that you don't even want, like, even Bulgarian shows. I mean, they're better. They're still a lot better than American shite. But I mean, the American shite's so bad. It's like it literally leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You don't want it anymore. It's so bad now. I mean, like, especially the Hollywood crapola that comes out of the ass crack of modernity's modern American shithole. Hollywood spews out crap for the last 20 years. And Netflix and Amazon isn't either. I mean, there's a few exceptions to this rule, but I mean, I don't like new movies. I don't like new movies at all. Pretty much the only new movies I've really seen, with the exception of few Hollywood movies, are never Hollywood movies that are any good that are new. The new movies that are good come from Europe, Eastern Europe, or Asia. Anything else that comes out from America, you can guarantee it's bad. Even if its reviews are perfect or terrible, they're all pretty much worthless. They're pretty much worthless. And now we see the credits, based on the Kane of Bob, the Bob of Kane. No, it's Bill Finger and Bob Kane. So I'm autistic spectrum disorder. That's just really, really. Okay, so that was the Batman. Enjoy. Thank you.